Especially something as rarely used and obscure as like the changeling folklore.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like changeling, like that's been brought up a lot, like in a lot of like fantasy novels and stuff like that. But I don't think I've ever really seen it much in movies.
It's the first time I've ever seen
just the George C. Scott one.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, I still need to see that movie, but I've heard many good things about that.
It's a good use.
This is your favorite segment, Ken. What do you think? Like, got anything to say about this?
Are we scoring?
No, I just like if you got anything to input.
No, I already said it.
Okay.
I think
the creature effects of the little changelings at the end there are cool. I like the way that they look. When the mother is confronting the dude and they're like being surrounded by them and all their little eyes are lighting up in the dark. That's a pretty cool, creepy, effective scene. The violence in this one is kind of neat. There's not a whole lot of on-screen violence, but like the aftermath gore of the father having been attacked,
cut off hand,
and the kid playing with the severed hand.
That's the little kid fucking dragging the little hand around like it's like a kid. You know how kids carry their toys around? He's like carrying the hand around like it's his new toy and stuff.
And I like that when the guy calls and he's like, "It's too late. The changeling has tasted the pleasures of humans."
Well, then he tricks her.
Or of human pleasures.
Then he lies to her and gets her to bring this changeling back.
Right. He just wants his fucking pet squirrel back or whatever.
Right. And then I was going to say, and then there was the one part I completely skipped over, but the son underneath the blankets crawling up to his mother and
rubbing on the mom and stuff.
Yeah, that. Oh, Jesus. That was fucking disturbing.
Pretty creepy.
Yeah, this is my second favorite segment for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I really enjoyed this one. Like you said, Randy, I think they just kind of went in order.
After time, I don't know. After time, this one might end up becoming my overall favorite. I don't know, based on a lot of the elements that I've mentioned while we've been talking about it.
Yeah, that's a good possibility, because the next one is kind of cheesy but fun.
Yeah.
Santa and his elves are preparing for Christmas when one of his elves starts showing signs of a sickness. The elf dies, but before he does, he spreads his disease to all the other elves. Now Santa has to fend off a horde of zombie elves. Will he survive the night to bring Christmas cheer to all the little boys and girls?
Why don't they recut the DVD and put that as their intro? It's so professional that you wrote that. It's really good.
Like I said, I had fun with this one just because I was like, I want to do my own synopsis, and these ones were easy to do.
Synopses.
Yeah, it's
synopses.
But
nemesis.
Yeah, pretty much. This one is Santa versus zombie elves with a nice twist at the end, which I will leave unspoiled. But lots of really cool on-screen gore.
Yeah, most of the good gore gags are in this segment, and this is the segment that starts the whole movie off. Like, the movie begins with us panning into fucking the North Pole, whatever Santa's stronghold is called.
Oh,
it's fucking
Hogwarts. Or the Fortress of Solitude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that, like, the intro of that, because it's like, you know, it's obviously CGI, but it looks pretty freaking cool, like, the design they put into it.
It's dark.
Yeah, the elves are creepy and
foul-mouthed.
Yeah, foul-mouthed. It's kind of like Evil Dead-ish in a lot of ways.
Yeah, actually. Yeah, because they're like constantly calling cocksucker and you just fall, eat your cunt and shit like that. But yeah, like, this just had, like...
It was entertaining for that.
Oh, yeah. I was saying, like, it's just off the rails, like, it's the action movie of this segment, or the action segment of this movie, for sure. Because it is, like, pretty much after the first, like, couple of minutes, it just goes nonstop the whole time. But, then it has, like, a twist that I didn't see coming the first time, that as soon as I seen it, I was just like, well, shit.
Yeah,
I was fucking dying laughing.
It's a killer fucking...
That's awesome.
Killer reveal.
Yeah, I was like, I don't want to go too much into that, because obviously that's, like, where a lot of stuff I want to talk about is, so I'm not going to spoil that. But
one of the Krampus story wraps around into this one.
Oh, yep, it ties in towards the end, because Krampus shows up at the
That's where the cover of the movie comes into play.
Yeah, after Santa kills
Kringle
everybody.
versus Krampus.
Yep, and he even says, "Oh, my arch nemesis, Krampus." Like, the Santa Claus has some of the most cheesiest... The Santa Claus has like some of the most...
This podcast has the most cheesiest Krampus growl I've ever heard of.
This movie has some of the most... Or Santa has some of the most cheesiest, like, action one-liners, like, that are out there for this movie, for sure.
Yeah.
But it kind of makes
that's
fun.
all part of the
charm.
The Evil Dead universe nod that this particular segment has going for it.
Santa acts like he expected this to happen.
Yeah, like he was well prepared and just like a badass.
Yeah.
Like
Well, I
swinging
mean, that all ties into the ending, I'm sure.
yeah, but I was like swinging around that sword, like that sharpened cane and shit like that, getting to see like elf brains and severed limbs and
Decapitation.
yep. But yeah, I don't want to go much further, so I'll stop there.
Score
but,
time.
Score time.
Are we doing movie as a whole or segment by segment?
No, I'm not
or-
doing segment by segment.
Yeah, I'll say I'm going to do
cool.
movie by whole on this one because I already wrote my score down, and I gave it a 7.75. It's definitely a holiday, like a every holiday watch for me. This is a fun little anthology. I didn't bring it up earlier, but the reason I did like the segment by segment is because it kind of plays like Trick or Treat, where each segment interweaves between each other.
Yeah,
They
not
don't
so
run
much as-
linearly. It's they bounce back and forth like a
not so much.
Shatner
like,
breaks it
not
up
like
pretty good.
Yeah, Shatner brings gives you a little break in
he's
between
the
each
crypt
piece.
keeper.
But yeah,
I
like
mean, there's this style, and then it's like Southbound, where it's actually they
Right.
drop it off like
And then a
interweaving
completely
again.
new story picks
Yeah.
up.
It's not exactly like a segment, and then like who's John Carpenter's Body Bags, like
Right.
yeah, it's just like interwoven.
yeah, like we were noticing earlier with Mike, he was confused because he's like, "So is this like one creature doing all of this?" Because he just thought it was like a full movie. He didn't realize it was an anthology, just because like the way it like
Yeah.
I didn't
interweaved.
read the.
I'm not gonna
I didn't
comment.
read nothing about the movie. I didn't know anything
What?
about it. So when I'm watching, I'm like, "What the fuck? This doesn't make any sense."
There's so many different things happening.
I had to verbally slap him a little bit. That was alright though. He had it coming.
I
Yeah.
caught on to it quick. Hey, okay. At least a little bit.
Oh,
Yeah, for an
Mike.
anthology, it had kind of a meh episode, and then the other three, it just got increasingly better as the movie went on. Well paced, and yeah, cool effects. Some crappy CGI here and there, but this was kind of like a low budget thing.
I didn't even think that the High School Ghost Story one was like bad. It was just
Yeah, like I said, it's just
wasn't as
meh.
good as the rest of them.
No,
It was just meh. It was just okay. But yeah, 7.75.
They just had to find a way to squeeze cute, pretty young people into the movie having sex somehow.
Right, because I never even realized that, but yeah, that's like the only like segment that has like young teens. Besides like
you
the
didn't
family.
realize that.
Like I just never thought about it.
Oh, okay.
But that, I mean, that's how that the young daughter or the teenage daughter and the Krampus segment is one of their friends.
Yeah, but I was gonna say that's how they kind of interweave the stories because yeah, she shows up to give the girl the key to the high school. But yeah, 7.75 for me. Mike, what would you give this?
That's a pretty good score. I like 7.75.
It's professionalism.
Well, Scott, that's a pretty good score.
And then he's gonna say his score, and then back to you, Scott.
No, 7.75 is a good score that I would give. You know, I thought it was.
That's what you're going to give it?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
exactly what I would give it.
What if he would have said 8? Would you have said 8? Because he's
No, I
it's
was
out in the
thinking that
ether
before.
now, and he's like, yeah, it's got.
That's kind of what I was already thinking.
I'm going to give it a 7.5. It's really good. It's got some...
Just under us.
Huh?
Nothing.
You got, it's all 7.5s, right?
No, he said they both said
7.75.
7.75.
I mean, oh, okay, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead.
It's definitely rewatchable. It's a lot of fun. There's a lot of good gore. It's just, it's aside from the changeling part and the ending, there's nothing terribly original or cool. Like I don't know. It's a lot of cliches and a lot of homages and stuff, and that it doesn't detract from a score, but it prevents a score from elevating beyond a certain point.
Right.
Yeah.
For me, anyway.
No, that's exactly what I was thinking too.
But I give it a solid 7.5. It's a good one. I recommend everybody who hasn't seen it watch it.
Yep.
It's got a
Ignore
little
the
bit
cover
of-
art.
It's got a little bit of something
Yeah.
for everybody if you're into
Yeah,
like
I was gonna say, you'll find something
goofy,
like
gooey horror. There's something in there if you're into like creepy fucking supernatural horror. There's some of that. That's it's just a good little holiday horror film.
Yeah, and it's on Netflix, so the majority of you shouldn't have an issue watching it.
You can never have too many cool movies to
Yeah,
watch.
the cover art just kept me from it. I've seen it at a Redbox when it first came out, and it just looked stupid as shit. So I never, but I didn't know it was by this VHS or
Ginger Snaps.
yeah, it was Ginger Snaps.
Yep, because it was the same town that Ginger Snaps happened in.
Well, yeah, but I
the same
mean-
guys worked on it.
How many
Okay.
people from the Ginger Snaps crew were actually involved? It wasn't just
Yeah,
like the
yeah,
gaffer or something.
yeah.
You
was
wouldn't
it?
No,
know
it was
it
like
would-
the
unless
cameraman,
you
the
said it.
screenwriter, and someone else.
Okay.
But I'm not putting Ginger Snaps out there like it's the god, like it's super fucking
Right.
known or anything. But it just looked like a sci-fi movie or something, just something stupid. But
Yeah, because I went to watch it because I just said, "Oh, this looks dumb and it's holiday. Why not? I'll check it out." And I was like, "Wow, I was actually impressed."
well, yeah, it's been 2 years since I like knew about it and never wanted to watch it because it looks stupid. But yeah, 7.5. Also, I was gonna say pretty much what Randy said. So,
Wow, so yeah, it's like pretty much
But-
split 2 7.5s and 2 7.75s.
but Mike's on the podcast,
Yeah.
so yeah. You
Welcome,
should give
Mike.
We'll give a bonus review. Review our reviews.
I just watched it with you guys tonight.
What do you
before
think
we
about our
did
reviews,
this,
though?
So
Review our reviews.
Yeah,
Tell
review
us-
our podcast.
Tell us we're good.
As a whole, how was our reviews?
Give us our iTunes
Tell
review.
Ken how his hole is.
I want you more on the podcast right now because it's the only movie
He wants
you're
you
on,
more
so
in him
I'm-
right now
I'm-
than the podcast.
I'm bleeding you out.
well, I haven't written any.
He's
synopsises
bleeding because
on
you
it,
were in
So
it.
I just have my own interpretation of what what I like about the movie.
Oh, okay. I thought you were gonna review our reviews, but okay.
No, he's giving us a live iTunes review. There we go.
Well, this
You
is
guys
this is
you
your
guys
last
are
movie,
pulling
Mike.
together.
Just make a mark, dude.
A skid mark.
Yeah, I am kind of sliding through here in a way.
Yeah, you
Scooting through
It's
you return and then
Made it
you're only in
circle.
like a
like
dog
a
itching
total-
its anal
So
gland on the
stop
carpet.
here and, yeah.
you've got about 1 minute of airtime total. So if you got anything you want to say, or whatever.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I mean, I liked how you said that everyone will find something about the movie that they like the most.
I didn't
You know.
say that, but whatever.
Randy did.
Yeah,
You did.
yeah. You talk to Randy then.
Almost. What did I say?
What did I do good though?
You didn't say nothing. Yeah.
That was yeah. I'm a minimalist, so
You took my
less is more, bro.
Oh.
All right, so I'm gonna edit out the entire last minute.
Less is more, unless you're using guitar effects pedals.
Yeah, that's the end of the
That's-
Christmas
and-
movies for
and
this episode.
Mike, it was nice seeing you again.
Oh yeah,
Well-
that was the end of this first episode. So okay.
Yeah, he didn't watch any of the next movies, so
Yeah,
he can't.
so he's gonna fuck off now. Back to the North Pole.
What movie?
And what? Shut up. So our next episode is To All a Good Night. Scott
Christmas Evil.
And I picked one of the most hilarious horrible films of all time, Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 2.
Garbage Day!
I had no idea it had a cult following after I looked it up, so we'll talk about that in that episode. But we're gonna do that.
And we'll see you in Ho Ho Hell.